The Russians have adopted a very tough tone coming into the inauguration. It's probably a signal to Team Trump that if and when they get to the bargaining table with Russia, they're going to be facing a tough-minded adversary. Elaine?
Well, Liz, what is Putin hoping that his public support of Mr. Trump will help him achieve ultimately?
Putin wants the United States to lift the sanctions, and maybe more importantly, it wants to recognize Russia's claim to Crimea, which Russia invaded in 2014. And perhaps most importantly, at the top of the list, it would like the United States to recognize that Ukraine remains in Russia's sphere of influence, and Russia gets to play politics in Ukraine with no threat and no finger wagging from the United States. Russia would also like to think that it could partner with U.S. intelligence against terrorism, particularly ISIS, but terrorism in the Middle East.
Well, Liz, you mentioned sanctions. Mr. Trump's remarks in an interview with the Times of London were widely interpreted to include a suggestion that the U.S. could lift sanctions against Russia in return for Russia reducing its nuclear stockpile. What has been the response from Russia so far?
They've batted it away, basically. In fact, the foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, today said that he didn't read Trump's comments as an offer, that the two things are simply not linked. Russia gets pretty indignant when it thinks, or it's told that it might trade away what it regards as core security issues. This is its nuclear arsenal in return for lifting sanctions. There is no connect there, and they were pretty insulted by the suggestion that that might go ahead.
Well, Liz, as you know, a Russian company has minted a sterling silver coin to commemorate Mr. Trump's inauguration with the slogan, "In Trump we trust." What is the story behind that?
Well, this is a company that's well known in Russia. They're in Chelyabinsk, which is well known because an enormous meteorite landed there. And they have made, for example, they made the Olympic medals with tiny fragments of this famous meteor. So they're a well-known medal minting company. I dare say they may have made this for publicity, and they have succeeded. They got a lot of attention for it, and also maybe because the company directors are genuine Trump fans, as a lot of Russians are. Not so much because they know a lot about him, but they really hope that his presidency is going to usher in a new, friendlier era of relations between Russia and the United States.
All right, Elizabeth Palmer in Moscow for us. Liz, thanks.